Hello, you're right.
Hello.
I'm Dan, nice to meet you.
I'm Chantal. Thanks for having me.
That's all right, welcome to Colab. Grab a seat.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So how did you set up Colab?
So I set up Colab as a sole trader, so as a freelancer. But because I'd had previous experience running small creative businesses, quite quickly we grew into a team, and now we've got a studio set up, and there's a nice kind of sort of like vibe, a small company culture which we're doing. But my background has always been in video, so I wanted to kind of get back to my roots, and that's why I set Colab up, to really think about how I can be a video storyteller, which I'm passionate about. But I'd also spent quite a lot of time working in education, looking at e-learning, looking at how people are creating online learning content, and thought there was a space for professional video to kind of sort of help evolve e-learning, make it a bit more engaging. So Colab's very much set up to ignite learning and share knowledge through video.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds amazing. So what would you say then it typically looks like running the business day to day? What sort of roles do people have?
So yeah, my role is from a producer, but also from a managing director of looking after a small company. So I look after the clients, help them think about their vision, what they're wanting to achieve with video, do the sales, marketing, general operations. And then we've got a team, which is Josh, who looks after the videography, and he will talk you through today a bit about how we work from a production point of view. We've got the studio here, but we've also then got a lot of work which we do on location, doing live action video. And then Eleanor looks after the post-production. So that's where you've got all the editing, motion graphics, compression, thinking about how then you get the videos out there. And then another part than the team, which is really important, is Helen. So Helen's my business partner, also my wife, and she looks after all the back office, so the finance, HR, helping me out with operations, which is really important to running a small business.
Yeah, definitely. So I look forward to meeting them then.
Yeah, let me introduce you to Josh.
Hey Chantal.
Hi Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. So what's your role at Colab?
So I am the videographer here at Colab, so I'm in charge of all of the filming that takes place on any given project.
Okay, great. So what kind of equipment do you use then?
So we use a Sony FS5 as our primary camera for when we're filming all of the interviews, and then we use a Sony A7S when we're capturing all of our what's called B-roll, which is kind of like action shots to really make the story come to life. Both of those film in 4K, so we can kind of really give a nice sharp final product to the client.
Oh, great. So what does the filming process look like then when you're in the studio?
So you're in the studio, if you want to come over here so you can get a bit of a feel for it. Like I say, obviously, camera that you've just seen me set up, lighting's the kind of next most important element, so the subject's always well lit. And then audio, which is just above you there, is make sure we get some nice, clean, sharp sound.
Yeah, great. So what's with the iPad?
So that's a teleprompter. So when we're filming here in the studio, a lot of the time it's a lot of educational long play content. So this just really kind of helps the deliverer kind of keep track of what they're saying rather than to kind of do it from memory.
Oh wow, well, that's really useful. Yeah. So do you film just in the studio or do you film on location as well?
No, so we're out on location as well. So everything you see here can be packed down and taken out onto location as well. Typically we won't take the green screen, but everything else you see here can be.
Yeah, well that's great. So what's the next stage of production then?
Next stage now, once I've done all of the filming process, is going on to the editor, which is Eleanor. So if you just want to head through there, you'll be able to meet her.
Yeah, great. Thanks for showing me around.
Hi, welcome to the office. This is Helen and Jules. Let me take you to my desk and show you the editing process. So this is one of the videos that I'm currently editing at the moment, which has been a really fun project to work on.
Oh, cool. So what do you use to edit?
So I use a software called Premiere Pro. So I use all of my main editing work onto here, but then I also go into other software like After Effects to create graphics and then put that back into Premiere Pro. But this is the main software that I use.
Oh, cool. So do you just work on one project at a time, or is it sort of a mix of different ones?
It's a mixture of projects that we get to work
Yeah.
on, which is really exciting because there's such a variety with that. But some clients might only want a couple of videos, some clients might want multiple videos, so I have to keep that on track, and I use that with the project tracker that we have here, not only just to kind of keep myself accountable and what to keep track of, but also let the team know, so they can know what's being out for review, what's staying in-house at the moment. But like I said, it's just a variety of projects I get to work on, and it's a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like you've got a lot going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how long would you say it would take for a client to get back their finished video?
Again, it depends on the kind of videos that they're requesting. So I could be working on promotional videos that only take up a few weeks of my time to fully have a final video to them, and then e-learning courses can take about 2 to 3 months, but that can be, again, just going back to the client, reviewing things, and some things take longer than others, but that's kind of the ideal timeline.
Yeah, well, it seems like you know your stuff, so.
Thank you. Let me take you to Helen and she can tell you a bit about her role.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, you too.
I'm Helen, I'm Dan's wife and business partner, and this is our daughter Jules. She comes in after school some days to do some crafting.
Oh, great. So what's your role at Colab?
So I deal with all the administration and kind of back office.
Okay. So is that all like the finance side of things as well?
Yeah, so I use a software called Xero, where I send out all the invoices. So we do an initial one when the project starts for a deposit, and going into then the midterm payment, and then the final one once the project's then concluded. And then look after all the payments then coming in as well, and any payments going out.
Yeah. So what's it like working with the team?
Yeah, it's really nice. We're a nice, small, close-knit group. So we do huddles in the morning, which is nice to then find out what the projects are, and we kind of bounce ideas about where these things are going, which is really nice. We also deal with some freelancers, so we manage those all in-house as well. And then we have huddles and stuff as well to kind of keep everything together, and we do wellbeing workshops and stuff. So yeah, it's really nice to kind of like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It sounds good. So what would you say it's like then running the business alongside Dan day to day?
Every day is different, so yeah, it's really every day is fun and exciting. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like you've got a lot going on.
we have, yeah, and I also then have my own business alongside this, which is Crafty Beans. So I do workshops on that for children and adults, which leads on to the fact that I did our values on the wall here.
Oh, very nice. Collaborative, passionate and inventive.
Yeah.
Ah, that's really
Brilliant.
nice. Well, thanks everyone for having me. And yeah.
Thank you.